Blessings and peace. I am back again, and thank you for joining my Aisha Speaks Jade page, where, of course, I am none other than Aisha, or also affectionately known as Jade. And I hope everyone is enjoying their evening, even though I am doing this makeup live audio for Sunday, January the 6th, 2019. So I hope all of you are doing really good this evening. And I'm just going to jump into it. So this is going to be a conversation that could or could not be a little uncomfortable. And what this topic is talking about is anxiety. And I don't know about you guys, but I do experience anxiety, sometimes more than I would like. And I know as anything, we cannot deal with it. We cannot handle it. We can think in our minds, oh, there's nothing wrong with us. Let me just kind of snap back, But a lot of people experience anxiety for different reasons. And we may or may not know the best way to deal with it. Or for that matter, even talk about it. But from me to you, we're going to do that. We're going to touch base. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to find, and the caption is, the best way to soothe your anxiety that nobody talks about. So if you're anything like me, then no matter how much you meditate, or perhaps you may get massages, think positive, take bubble baths, or simply just try to ignore it altogether, your anxiety seems to always be there, lurking in the background. And anxiety, it is not a joke. So, and even if you do manage to feel better for a while and finally embrace your inner peace, that sneaky little anxious voice always comes back around. It's annoying, right? So if you know anything about experiencing anxiety, put it in the comment that you have experienced anxiety before, or you can just put anxiety, right? So while there are plenty of great tools, tricks, and habits for helping you soothe your anxiety on a daily basis, today I would like to propose a more effective and controversial approach. So let's just dive into it. So step 1, interview your anxiety. The real reason why your anxiety is constantly screaming so loud and driving you crazy is because you never take the time to actually stop and listen to it, right? So put hashtag truth bomb, hashtag truth bomb, BOMB. So again, the real reason why your anxiety is constantly screaming so loud and is driving you batty crazy is because you never take the time to actually stop and listen to it. So most days, your first instinct is to numb or ignore what it has to say so that you can feel some sense of relief. Okay? So yes, we're good for numbing or ignoring a lot of things, right? And while this can work for a little while, it's not the best long-term solution, as a lot of us have probably already noticed. And I have to say that for myself too. I just try to ignore it like nothing, try to figure out something else with my life to do. And no, it's very temporary because believe me from experience, it definitely comes back. So what you're going to want to start doing from now on, if you want to live in peace once and for all, is give your anxiety a voice and see what it's all about. Get to know your anxiety. And if it were a person that you really wanted to hear out and understand, or as if it was a person, okay? So again, get to know your anxiety as if it were a person that you really, really wanted to hear out and understand. When you feel anxiety coming up, simply pause and ask that part of yourself. Might sound corny, but listen. So ask yourself, hey, anxiety, what's going on? I noticed that you're feeling a little nervous lately. What are you worried or upset about? What are you scared of? If you don't want to ask it exactly like that, then ask it in another way, maybe something similar to what I just said. Okay? Ask it, right? Don't think you're crazy for having a self-talk. I do self-talks, honey. Trust me. Sometimes I have to just get myself away from people and talk it out. And honestly, there's a lot of times that when I ask myself those questions, I wind up finding that answer. So again, ask it. What are you worried or upset about? What are you scared of? Then wait and listen. You can either meditate on this question, write down whatever starts to come up, or even say the answers out loud, speaking as your anxiety. So you may even prefer to give your anxiety a voice through either journaling or channeling. So look up the word channeling if you're not quite sure what that is. CHANNELING. So if you're the type of person who likes to journal, write down everything and anything that your anxiety wants to tell you for as long as you have to until you feel like you got it all out. As far as channeling goes, it may or may not be for you. Some people may find it a little too woo-woo. But if you want to try it, all you have to do is close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then take on the part or aspect of yourself that is always anxious. Can it be scary to hear what your anxiety has to say? Perhaps, sometimes. Is it uncomfortable to actually go there and let yourself feel really super anxious? Hell yes, it is. But is it worth it to do this so that you can feel better in the long run? Again, is it worth it, right? To do it so that you can feel better in the long run? Definitely. Step 2. Soothe your anxiety. So once you've dug deep, gone there, and done the work to reveal what your anxious part is freaking out about, it's time to respond with some compassion, kindness, and most importantly, love. So I'm sure you're probably thinking, Jade, you're telling me that I should love my anxiety? Yes, I am. And you want to know why? Here's why. So somewhere along your path, you probably experienced some kind of trauma that caused this anxious part of you to be born out of necessity or maybe even survival. So now, whether you like it, you're stuck with it. Whether you like it or not, you're stuck with it because it's part of you. And this part of you simply wants to protect you. As much as it may feel like your anxiety is trying to make you eternally miserable, it really is not. Resisting it is what makes you feel miserable. Because when you're resisting a part of yourself, you feel split, maybe even cut off or fragmented. So again, when you're resisting a part of yourself, you feel split, cut off, and fragmented. The only way to feel whole is to love and accept all of your parts. So the reality is your anxiety is so freaking on your side. It's really on your side. It wants you to get all your needs met and live your best life. So it feels that its job is to warn you of all the things that could potentially stop you from achieving this. Well, isn't that nice? If you had a person like this in your life, wouldn't you just love them to pieces for being so loyal and protective? So imagine that you had a best friend who always had your back no matter what and was on the lookout for potential danger so that you would never have to encounter it in real life ever again, like you had to in the past. Well, this friend is real, and it's called your anxiety. Okay? Your anxiety, I know you may think this is a little far-fetched, but your anxiety is your friend, not your enemy. This is really interesting for me because I never would have quite seen it like this, to be honest, but I'm going to keep an open mind. You've been hurt. It tries to keep you from getting hurt again. That's it. When you think of it this way, it's so easy to love, and that's all your anxious part needs in order to calm down is a little love. That's all any of your parts ever need. They just want to be heard, accepted, and embraced as a part of you because they are. So now that you realize the winning approach here is to love your anxiety, here's how you can do it. Talk to your anxiety like you would a scared little child. Accept it as a valid part of yourself. Thank it for its perspective and then soothe it a little. This could look, feel, or sound something like this. Hey, anxiety, I really understand where you are coming from. Thanks for always having my back and trying to protect me. I know you just want what's best for me, and I appreciate you for that. I want you to know that I've got you. I love you, and I am holding you. What'd you think? Never know. After doing this, you should start to feel much better because you'll be more whole. Instead of resisting a part of yourself, you are including and accepting it, maybe even for the first time. So this is called integration, and it's very powerful practice for cultivating more self-love. So, the next time you start to feel your anxiety rising, let it. Instead of trying to run and hide from it, embrace it with open arms. Hear it out. See what it wants to tell you. You don't have to like what it has to say or even try to feel good while you're hearing it. Your only job is to listen and validate that perspective. Then hold it and thank it with love. Try this the next time you're feeling anxious and let me know how it goes in my comments. So if you're open to step outside that box and try something different. Specifically, I'm speaking on anxiety, and I know a lot of people have experienced anxiety before. Hi, my name is Aisha, also known as Jade, and I have experienced anxiety. Try stepping out the box and do something different. Instead of fighting it, embrace it. And after all is said, love it, thank it, and we can keep moving. Thanks, guys, so much. That was so interesting for me to even speak on, because I've totally done the opposite. Numb, ignored it, fought it. You understand what I'm saying? And it did nothing but make it worse. So I think I may actually open myself to try this, because I do experience anxiety. You can find me on my social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel. You can find me all under Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel, which you can go to and subscribe by hitting that thumbnail, as well as hitting the notification bell for all alerts and updates. Like and join my other platforms. Make sure that you self-care, self-love, respect, like yourself. You know, we want to be held accountable. We want to be the true kings, prince, queens, goddess, princess that we should be. But if you don't take care of you and do the right things for you, and you live and you act in a negative way, then you are not those kings and queens and goddesses. You're just merely someone that people just look at like you're nothing, and they disrespect you in every way. So hold your head up high and be accountable for who you are. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. But be the best self that you can be. Take care of yourself. Create your happiness. Create your greatness. Okay? And I'm sending out amazing abundance and awesome, awesome energy. Be good to yourself this evening. Be good to yourself every day, 365 days or 366 days, however you want to look at it. Okay? Until next time, Ashe and Namaste.